Welcome to tonight's video on solving absolute value inequalities graphically. First step is going to be to list the y sub 1, which is the left-hand side, the absolute value of x plus 4, and the y sub 2, which is the right-hand side of 5. Then remember that you should sketch to know that that's going to be a V and this is going to be a line. Then you're going to get out your calculator and you're going to type in absolute value. Actually, let's clear that and move it up there. Absolute value x plus 4. And then the bottom one is 5. Then you're going to go zoom 6 for standard window. And notice you can see both intersections. So our domain is from negative 10 to 10. Our range is also from negative 10 to 10. And then drawing the graph, we have a V that's intersected by a line. Then we're going to find the intersection points by using our second trace, intersect, enter, enter, enter. So the first intersection point is when x equals 1. And then remember we hit trace and then we go to the other side of the vertex. And then we hit second trace, intersect, enter, enter, enter. And we get x equals negative 9. So those are our two intersection points. Right here and right there. X equals negative 1, x equals, positive 1, and x equals negative 9. So then you have to ask yourself, are you trying to find greater than or less than? Because it's greater than, you're going to ask yourself for what values is the V shape above or intersects the horizontal line, because it's greater than or equal to. So above would be right here and right there. So it's going to be when it's less than or equal to negative 9, and when it's greater than or equal to 1. If I said it was less than or equal to, then you would look for where it's below the line. And it's below the line right here between negative 9 and 1. So you would say your answer would be between negative 9 and positive 1. That's if it was less than or equal to. So next one. The y sub 1 is equal to 3 minus the absolute value of 10 minus 7x. Y sub 2 is negative 27. So when we type that in, notice we go, whoops. So we go 3 minus math, absolute value, 10 minus 7x, and then y sub 2 is negative 27. Go zoom 6. But notice you can't see the negative 27. So that means we have to change. Our domain is fine, but we need to change our range. To make it negative 50. So it goes from negative 50 to positive 10. So remember, before we just said we know this is a V, and actually, because it's negative absolute value, we know it's going to go down, and then we know this is a line. When we look at the sketch here, we see it like that. Now we got to find the intersection. Second trace, intersect, and you get negative 2.857. Then you trace. Then you go second, trace, intersect, enter 3 times, and you get 5.714. So it's here and there. Then you look, because it's less than. So you're looking for where it's below the line, less than. So it's below here, and it's below there. So that means that your intervals are going to be from negative infinity to negative 2.857 union 5.714 to infinity. Next one, your y sub 1 is the absolute value of 7 minus 3x. Your y sub 2 is equal to negative 12. Type it in your calculator. So you go math, number 7 minus 3x. Then you get negative 12. So you go zoom 6. But notice you only see the V, right? Because you know this one's going to be a V and this one's going to be a line. So that means you have to change the Y max. Make it 20. Actually, sorry. You gotta change the Y minimum to negative 20. So if you notice when it graphs, it doesn't intersect. So now the question is, where is it greater than negative 12? Well, if you notice, we'll graph it. You have something like this. So there's no intersection. Now, the question is, where is it above the line? It's above the line everywhere. Because it's above this line. So therefore, the answer is all real numbers. Now, if it was less than, then the answer would be no solution because it's never below. So you have to keep that in mind. All right, for the last one, y sub 1 is the absolute value of 782 minus 29x minus x squared. Y sub 2 is equal to 500. So you're going to have an absolute value like that, and you're going to have a line. So when you graph it, you're going to have absolute value 782 minus 29x minus x squared. The bottom's 500. Now for the window, let's try negative 80 100. The minimum we'll stay at negative 10, but the maximum we have to go 800. Let's see what we get. We're almost there. We need to get the top part here. So we'll raise the y maximum to 1,000. There we go. So this is what we get. So we have 4 intersections. So you gotta find them. 7.6867. Six, 8, 6, 7. Then we trace. And we get 24.1297. Then we do the other side. Negative 3086.6867. Last but not least, negative all right, so those are our 4 intervals. Now remember, it's less than, so we want below. So below this line is right here and right here. So our answers are between negative 53.1297 and negative 36.68. And then between 7.6867 and 24.1297. Alright, I'm sorry about my voice. And if you have any questions, please ask in class.